The Fires of Vengeance by Evan Winter is the sequel to Rage of Dragons, both by Evan Winter, and they were both great. And this is the newest one. This is the book number 2 in the Burning. It came out in November of 2020, and I really did like it. It came out around the same time as Rhythm of War. I did not get to read either of them on release, but I did get to get caught up with both of them. And I really, really, really do love The Fires of Vengeance. It is another 5-star for me. And it was excellent. It was portrayed excellently, and I really, really like it. And there was, again, losses that happened in this book. There was fight, there was sadness, there was rage. All the things from the first book and more. I feel like this is a great sequel, but Mr. Evan Winter adds more to this. It feels like a different book. It does not feel like this volume, like Rage of Dragons, the same thing. Again, it feels different. Tao is more sad, and like in the first book, he was just angry. He would want revenge. This book, he's experienced so much. He's just devastated, and like you can tell, he just is sad. That's his thing. He's like he lost almost everything, and I feel terrible for him. And he's still angry in this book. Don't get me wrong, but he's also just devastated, and you can see him pay for his actions and everything that happens. Like you can just see like how he did it, and it was like really insane to see this in his character. And he's so. It's like he's such a resilient character, and in this book it revolves on him just being the Queen's champion, him fighting for his kingdom, and it has a lot of more of a bigger story, like kind of the bigger kingdom story, which is amazing. I love the African inspired kingdoms and stories and world building. First book was a little more character centered. I do prefer the character centered, but still he does an excellent job with the amazing world, and so that proves he can make a great just main character centered story and also a more kingdom centered story. Does it both excellently, and still his personality shined through this book. And you can see just him like paying for his action, especially in one scene very, very clearly. He fights Jabrai because Jabrai was mad at him, and in the demon world where they couldn't really die, but like you can see Jabrai is angry at Tao, and Tao is fighting back, but Tao actually did something wrong, which is, I wouldn't classify this as grim dark, but it is pretty close to it, because Tao actually has done some terrible things, and you can see he's not really happy about it, but he has to stand with it, because he's doing it all for his dad and Zuri, and I think Naimi, I don't know, someone else died in this book that he was close to, but I can't, like, remember her name for the life of me. It's Naimi or something, or Naya. Like he pays for all of these. Like there's deaths, there's losses in these books especially. Like I've not read a book like where there's so many losses. Like he's not afraid to kill off a character, and he does it really excellently. He knows how to kill off a character, obviously, because like he knows what to do to kill off a character, and he does it really excellently. And I'm very, very happy how it all played out, and I'm super excited for The Lord of Demons, which is the third book, and I am a Evan Winter fan for life. This is an excellent book, and I mean, some weaknesses, I will point out some weaknesses. It's not as, like, I don't love Tao as much as I loved him in Rage of Dragons. Obviously he's an amazing character, like he's Tao, but like he doesn't get enough chance to personally shine in this book, because he's fighting for his country more, and like I don't like see him, he's sad, obviously he's devastated, but like you don't see him shine. Even though there was some great points in the book, there was an awesome point in this book where he kind of like gives like this girl he sees in the town, like a little girl, he's like gives him like something like just to give her hope, and it's fun to see. It's not fun, but like it's like really awesome to see Tao show kind of like happiness for like little children, and like it's really cool to see him like that. Now he's a champion. He's given him more position of power. Obviously, he's an excellent fighter of what he went through in the last book, and he's so resilient. Again, Tao won't get anything that he hasn't worked for all day, especially in Rage of Dragons. He works hard, and of course, I miss the presence of Zuri. Zuri was an awesome side character. She's not in this book, obviously, because of events of the last book, but her kind of spirit kind of rages on in Tao, gives him a reason to fight. And the Queen, another storyline I did not like was the Essie and Tizera whole thing. I just wasn't a fan of that. But that, because last time it was 100% Tao, but 100% the main character. Now this is 90% Tao. There's another storyline. There's another Tizera and Essie storyline I did not really care for. And then the other champions were amazing. All the other side characters shined in this. Kellen and Jabra. I love Jabra. Again, I talked about the scene of Jabra fighting Tao, and in the demon world, there's a lot of demon action in this. The demon action was awesome in this story, and I was super, super happy to see it, because there was demon action in the last one, but not nearly as much as this, and to see them going into the demon world and fighting each other, it's really awesome. And just to see Tao, the gruesome deaths, they can die there, and they'll just wake up, but, whenever they die, it probably still feels like dying. So that's insane to me, and it's still hardcore. These books are hardcore, and I love the African-inspired nature of it, and everything like this is awesome. And I love how this book is set up. I really do think more books should be set up like this. They don't have the chapter. There's 16 chapters in both of the books, and this book is split up into kind of 16 parts, if I can find one. There. There's a chapter like that. And there's also there's a lot of these, a lot of sections, coals, this is an example. And it'll be short, again, this is the whole section, and a lot of them are very short. A lot of them are a couple 10 pages long. Is that the longest they can go? And then they'll have a bunch of those, and they make up a chapter. I really do think that. I'm not a big fan of part 1, part 2, just literally doing it into sections. Stormlight does this, and Stormlight does parts. Even Lord of the Rings does parts. Mistborn does parts. The first Dune had parts. There's just a bunch of parts. I don't know if that's the trend now, but I don't really love that. But these don't. They have chapters, which is awesome, and I really, really did enjoy this book. Again, the African culture is super inspiring, and that Evan Winter's such an amazing guy. I'm so happy that this happened. And 5 out of 5. And The Burning is really, really getting up there with my favorites. This is not as good as Rage of Dragons. Rage of Dragons was near perfection, but this was a perfect follow-up, is what I would say. I couldn't say you couldn't get any better than this, which is Second Burning, and I'm super excited for Book 3, and you expect coverage. I just wanted to get caught up before it comes out next year. So I would be happy to I'm going to be happy to read that, and I'm probably going to reread this series before, because there's only 2 books now, and I'm just really excited, and this is one of my top recommendations now. I'm going to be recommending this quite a lot. So see you guys in the next video.